You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's podcast. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. Welcome. Well, this is the last podcast of the Turkish Super Lig season. But it's not going to be the last podcast that I'll be doing because, as you know, European tournament is coming up and it will start in June. But let's talk about Turkish Super Lig. Let's talk about the last weekend, this past Saturday, what happened. It was nail-biting. As I mentioned to you on my last podcast, this was going to go down to the wire. It went to the wire, and it went to very seconds of the matches. Can you imagine this? 3 teams playing at the same time, same day. And Beşiktaş, for a while there, they were not going to be the champions because Galatasaray was ahead of the team. At the end, Beşiktaş, for 16th time, captured the Turkish Super Lig title this season. The season of 2020-2021. Beşiktaş, with this kind of roster, because I've been saying this, Fenerbahçe and Galatasaray had more powerful players, more named players on their team. Beşiktaş, with injuries, with COVID, and playing 42 odd matches, and playing matches every 8 days, playing 3 matches. This goes to every team is in the Super League. So the season came to the end. Beşiktaş claimed their title trophy just another day. Just this past day, I think it was on, I believe it was on Thursday, they got their trophy. And they also won the Turkish Cup final match against Antalyaspor. And they doubled their trophies along with the Beşiktaş women's team winning the league, women's league. So totally, Beşiktaş club this season earned 3 cups. And it's not over yet because, as you know, there's a Super Cup is going to be coming up. And that match will be between, again, Beşiktaş and Antalyaspor, because Antalyaspor was the finalist playing in the Turkish Cup final match. So, overall, Beşiktaş started the season very bad. And I could tell you, on one time in the week 6 or 5th, they were in the 18th place. Yes, they were in the 18th place. Sergen Yalçın, the coach of Beşiktaş, in the beginning of the season, first 6-7 match, he was under the gun. The fans, some of the fans, and some of the people talked about him to resign. Did not happen because Beşiktaş club officials believed them. So Sergen Yalçın, the legend soccer player for Beşiktaş, is paving his way to become a legend coach with Beşiktaş. Let's remember this. Sergen Yalçın came to Beşiktaş when he was a teenager. He started playing for Beşiktaş as a football player, as a soccer player at the very small age. Came from academy of Beşiktaş team. And he played his first professional match at the age of 16. So kudos to Beşiktaş, kudos to coach of Beşiktaş, Sergen Yalçın, and all the players, because they deserved it. Because if you look at, as I've been saying this, if you look at the roster, what Fenerbahçe has and what Galatasaray had, especially in the mid-season, the winter break, Galatasaray and Fenerbahçe got some very high names, very good football players in the mid-transfer. Fenerbahçe got Mesut Ozil from England. That did not work out. Mesut Ozil only played a few matches, 3 or 4 matches. And if you look at the Galatasaray team, Mustafa Mohamed came in for the first 3 games. He scored goals. Then he got injured, and then he was like a sub player coming off the bench. Onyekuru did not do good. Falcao, he spent most of his time on the bench or on the stands watching the Galatasaray team players. So Muslera being out with an injury, that hurt Galatasaray too. And another thing that hurt Galatasaray, a suspension to coach Fatih Terim for a long time, not being on the sideline for his team. That hurt Galatasaray team too. Overall, Galatasaray had a chance in the last few weeks. They could have captured the title. But they couldn't because Beşiktaş scored more goals than Galatasaray. 1 goal made a difference in this season, ladies and gentlemen. 1 goal. That was that tight. Beşiktaş had 84 points. Galatasaray had 84 points. The only goal differences that made the champion this season. Again, kudos to Beşiktaş. Hopefully, Beşiktaş will represent Turkey in the Champions League if Chelsea claims their 4th place in the English League, EPL. We'll see what happens. That's not a definite yet, but Galatasaray will play in the Champions League qualification matches, and we'll see what will happen with Galatasaray team because Galatasaray team is in turmoil right now because of the elections. A lot of Galatasaray fans, Galatasaray people are not happy with the current administration, the current officials for Galatasaray team. It's same thing with Fenerbahçe. So Beşiktaş will represent Turkey in the Champions League. And then Galatasaray will play qualifying matches to get their way to a Champions League. So an hour of Beşiktaş team and Beşiktaş fans, if you allow me, I have to do this. I'm going to honor Beşiktaş team with their famous song. Here it is. Again, kudos to Beşiktaş team. I hope this win will bring them something because, as you know, I've been talking about on my podcast, all of these big 3 teams, even Trabzonspor, they're not in good shape as financially. They have to get their act together. This is including Beşiktaş, Fenerbahçe, Galatasaray, and Trabzonspor, and all other teams. There are few teams in the league that doesn't have financial problems, but most of them does. The first thing they have to do is get their self together and then get this financial situation under control. Because let me tell you something, the money Beşiktaş will get from the league and the Champions League, it will go to their banks to pay their loans. Beşiktaş probably won't see a lot of those money that's coming in this season because just like Fenerbahçe and Galatasaray and Trabzonspor, they are owed to banks a lot of money. So that was the deal. The 2020-2021 season came to the end, and Beşiktaş won for a 16th time. And then after the league match came to the end, Beşiktaş just played this past week the Turkish Cup match against Antalyaspor, and in Izmir, Beşiktaş won 2 cups back to back. Saturday was the last match of the season, the 42nd match in Izmir against Göztepe in Göztepe Stadium. On Tuesday, they met Antalyaspor in the same stadium, and they won their Turkish Cup. So after 10 years, actually this was their 10th Turkish Cup winning trophy. So it has been very good season as far as winning trophies for Beşiktaş team. There are many players on this team that worked like very hard on the field. Player like Atiba Hutchinson, 36 years old, playing in the midfield, helping defense, also going up, scoring goals, and assisting on goals. Atiba Hutchinson was, to me, he was the captain of the team, I think player of the season for Beşiktaş. Also, Beşiktaş had Kyle Larin, the Canadian connection. Larin and Atiba Hutchinson. Larin this season scored 19 goals in the Turkish Super Lig matches, not counting the goals that he scored during the Turkish Cup matches. That is amazing for Kyle Larin. Because if you remember, season before this, Abdullah Avcı did not want to use him. He sent him to some other team in Europe. And Sergen Yalçın made him goal scorer again. I think Sergen Yalçın made a lot of players come back to help Beşiktaş. Players like Necip, Gökhan Töre. And one other thing, Beşiktaş played with 19-year-old goalkeeper, rookie goalkeeper. That was never seen until now. If you look at he made some huge mistakes, but I tell you, for having a gut to put him on the starting lineup as a goalkeeper, 19 years old, and winning the championship, kudos to Sergen Yalçın. I think he believed in him, and because of financial situations, they couldn't get a good goalkeeper who has experience, and Sergen Yalçın went with young keepers. So, again, kudos to Beşiktaş team winning 2 trophies, along with Beşiktaş ladies team winning the cup in the Women's Turkish League. So if we look at the standing, again, let me run down because the time is coming up. You know, my podcast is only 15 minutes. I don't want to bore you guys. I want to give you a 15 minutes straight shot, give you everything so you don't have to hang around hours on my podcast. So first place, Beşiktaş with 84. Second place, Galatasaray with 84. But the goal difference made Beşiktaş champions. And Fenerbahçe is in third place with 82. And fourth place, Trabzonspor with 71 points. Now, the teams going down. Denizlispor, Gençler Birliği, Ankaragücü, Erzurumspor, and Kayserispor. Actually, Kayserispor is not going down. Erzurum, Ankaragücü, Gençler Birliği, and Denizlispor will not be with Turkish Super League in the this coming season. So, this is it. I will talk to you next podcast about the Turkish national team coming up matches in June. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. This is TurkishSoccer.com's podcast. Listen to my podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. See you next time. Bye-bye.